What's going on, everybody? It's Jamie, and welcome to the channel Thrift on Fire. I'm sitting outside of Stallion Express here in London, Ontario. I just got back from my weekend vacation where we went to Florida. It was pretty crazy. It was pretty fun, actually. We did Disney. It was an anniversary trip. It was a short trip. It feels like a week has went by, but it's only been 4 days. So I have sold a few things. One bag back here is Canada Post. The other one belongs here at Stallion Express. I will show you at the end of the video everything I did sell. There are some pretty good items and there are some pretty low-end items. Because I'm doing a lot of relisting, I'm also accepting offers, any reasonable offers on most things, and really trying to work out deals and move stuff. Today, I'm going to be trying to find a few things. We're going to go uptown to Goodwill on Huron, I believe. We're going to look for VCR DVD combos, maybe jerseys. Not going to look through everything. Also, on my way out of town, I'm going to hit Value Village. And then I think when I drop stuff off at Canada Post, the other bag, I think then I might run into, I think it's a Salvation Army there in St. Thomas. We'll see when we get there. I could be wrong. I'll show you kind of what I find in those stores, and after that I'll show you what sold when I was on my mini vacation. All right, so we got everything dropped off. Now I guess we're gonna head uptown to Goodwill. It's been under construction. It's a little bit of a pain to go up there, so I haven't went up there too much recently, but I think it's going to be worth it. We're really just looking, like I said, for the combo units. That's really all I'm after today. All right, so I also found these guitars. This one here, probably only $60 to $70 for this one. Looks like it's about $100, and this is, I don't think this one requires a dongle, but either way, still a $100 guitar. So I spent $19.77. That's pretty good, really. The VCR DVD combo Toshiba unit, I didn't really fully test it. I just plugged it in, made sure it powered on. Everything kind of functioned as good as you can in store. I think it was like around $10, $9 and change, whatever it was. $4.99 is what the guitars are worth. The guitars, I do think will do really good. Like I said, one will be over 100. The other one will be like 50, 60 bucks, something like that. And the DVD VCR combo, I didn't really even look up comps. Toshiba is a great brand, under $10, perfect. You know, that's going to be really good. I'll throw comps up for that if I didn't already. But really, let's get on with the day, moving things on, because I do have a lot of stuff to do still when I get home. So let's keep going. You can see the Value Village here behind me. We're just going to run in, look through the electronics quick. I wish I had more time to deep dive the store, but I just don't. So let's see what we can find. All right, well, the electronics section was a bust. The Guitar Hero guitar had no back, and I didn't really want to mess around with it. And they wanted double the money. I think it was, what, $8.99 or something. But when I was looking for jerseys, I didn't find any jerseys, but I found this really cool Mickey Cabrera final season. This is really cool. He's, you know, he was a great player. He just had his final season in Detroit. I actually get to go see a game this year and see him play. So this is pretty cool. I might keep it for myself, but if not, I'll throw comps up now if I haven't already. I think this is still a $30 t-shirt. And it had a discount, so it was actually wasn't for something. I think I paid $3.49 or something like that. But regardless, pretty cool shirt. But let's get the rest of this Canada Post stuff dropped off in St. Thomas, and we can hit one more thrift store before I tell you what all sold over my vacation. All right, so I do have my Canada Post stuff here, and then right over there, this building back here, is the Salvation Army. So let me get this stuff dropped off, and then we can head on into Salvation Army. So So unfortunately nothing, and you know, I'm sure if I would have spent the time to look around through everything, I would have found something, but you know, I want to be home by noon. It's already 11 o'clock. That puts me right on pace for that. So I got to get home. I still have to list today. I probably have more things to ship already, and I want to finish filming the rest of this video, which will be the what sold portion, which you're going to see now. All right, so I made it home. I did some listing. I got 3 new listings up. After I'm done filming, I'm gonna delist and relist a bunch of shirts. So I put 3 new items up today. I'll show you what they are. 2 of them I just picked up. So this guitar I just listed for I think $109 on eBay. I think ebay.ca only. The Miggy shirt here, I think I listed this one for $31 and change. And this one went on Depop, Poshmark Canada, Poshmark US, Vinted. And I think that's it. And the last one was this Richard Petty shirt. I'll throw a picture of it up now. I just picked this up the other day, or I think the day that we flew out. I think I picked it up at Goodwill for about $4, but I listed that one for $41. So that's pretty nice. Okay, so we're gonna go over sales from ebay.com, poshmark.ca, Poshmark US. I did not sell anything on Vinted. I did not sell anything on Etsy. I didn't sell anything on ebay.com, just .ca, but I did sell a few things on Depop. So instead of giving you them, normally I give them to you kind of broken up and just give you a few. I'm just gonna show you everything that's sold across these platforms. So let's start off with Depop. So all my sales on Depop are actually in US funds. So I sold this for $70, which is actually $95.85 Canadian. So that was a pretty nice one. This is a vintage Lightning's jersey, Tampa Bay Lightning's jersey. It's a Ravens. These things go all over. Sometimes the Ravens sell cheap. I listed mine high and hoped for the best. I just did a delist and relist with all my jerseys, so this was part of that. And it was a new listing on Depop because prior on Depop, I only had listed, I think, shoes and t-shirts. So this was a brand new Depop listing, but it had a lot to do with the delist, relist, and figure out where things need to go. But this did sell, like I said, for $70 US plus shipping. Really happy with this. Like I said, it's $95 Canadian, so that's more than I actually expected. You know, this is a blank on the back, has the cool little graphic, but overall, I was really happy with this Depop sale. So I think we're gonna go ahead and show you one platform at a time. This was also Depop. I only had 2 on Depop over the weekend, but this was the Go Jesus, It's Your Birthday. You know, I think I tried to sell this for the Christmas in July show we did on Instagram. It didn't sell. I think I might have been asking even a little bit more than this, but it sold for $20 US. So let's just take a look. I can't remember off the top of my head what $20 US is. So it sold for $27.39, not too bad. I think I picked this up for about $7 at Goodwill. I believe I might have got it at the bins, but I really do think I paid up for this at Goodwill when I was looking for Christmas items for that show. And on the back, I think it just is blue with the same little black hints of stuff going across. I do like this though. It is American Stitch. I haven't had it too long really. Like I said, I picked it up a few months back, and now appropriately when we're getting closer to Christmas, we're almost at Halloween, we're getting to the end of October, but getting closer to Christmas, sold this really cool ugly Christmas sweater. So now, not to confuse you too much, but this is now Poshmark, and this is Poshmark.com. So this is the US site. So this sold for, it's a vintage 90s MC Etcher t-shirt. It is single stitch, and it's sold for $70 US, which again is $95.98 Canadian. I had this listed way higher. I had it listed closer to $200, and when I did the delist and relist thing that, you know, I've been talking about on the channel now for almost an entire month, you know, I figured this one needs to come down in price. I think Canadian, I probably have it listed for around $100 Canadian. I thought I was doing a few things with this, but honestly, I picked this up at the bins for not a lot of money, and these shirts kind of came down in value a little bit when I picked it up. Honestly, the only reason why I think I knew anything about it is I seen Ryan Roots, like Rally Roots here on YouTube, talk about it on their channel. It's something he was really interested in, so when I seen this, I'm like, oh, this kind of looks like that. And it was. But I did pick this up at the Goodwill bins and selling it for, you know, $70 US or $95.98 Canadian. I couldn't be any more happy. Just some basic pictures. I like to do the across the chest and the length, which would be the next one here. Especially on vintage clothing, because they don't necessarily fit like modern clothing sometimes. Sometimes an XL is more like a large. I tried this on, it's a little snug on me. I typically am somewhere between XL and 2XL depending on brands. So this one did fit a little bit small. So that's why I like to put the measurements in. I generally do enclose anyway, not all the time, but most of the time. But still super happy with this bin's fine, flipping it for, you know, almost $100 Canadian. So this is another Poshmark US. $13 for these shoes isn't a lot of money, but I would probably not pick up this style Clarks again. I've had them for a while. It's a nice leather shoe. There's nothing wrong with them. I did pick them up, I believe, at the Goodwill bin, so I'm not into them that much. A couple of dollars. $13 US is, I have to look down at my little cheat, got my calculator open here. It is $17.18 Canadian. Now on Poshmark, buyer pays shipping. There are fees and all sorts of things. I probably am gonna make around $10 US on this. I'm still okay with that. I'm just looking to move some of these shoes I've been sitting on for probably far too long, but they are a nice pair of leather women's shoes. You know, it's got the little heel on them. Don't know a lot about them. I know Clarks can be a good brand. I took a chance on these, had them for quite a long time. So when I did the delist, relist, I think I put them just at a more reasonable price to sell quickly, you know, and they obviously did. Okay, so my last Poshmark US was these Adidas track pants. These are women's extra large. I picked these up at the Goodwill bins. They sold for $20 US, which again is $27.39. Obviously there's fees and all that, which we're not gonna get into all that today. I'm just gonna show you kind of what has sold for me. Not big money or anything like that. And the reason why this is the US store, besides it being a US funds, if you look up here, it says the store 670. That is the name of my US Poshmark account. I'll show you the Canadian one after, but this I'm pretty happy with. Like I said, they're just from the bins. Didn't pay a lot for these. They're super lightweight. Probably paid less than $2 for them for sure. Maybe even, yeah, I'm gonna say less than $2. These are very, very lightweight. You know, they just got the little zip. Nothing fancy. I wouldn't pick these up in a thrift store or anything like that if they're gonna charge you, you know, $5 to $10. But picking them up at the bins seems like a no-brainer for me. So I picked these guys up and sold them pretty quickly, honestly. I probably only had these ones maybe about a month. Next up, I sold this Billy Bong hat. It sold for $22 on eBay. I picked this one up at the Goodwill bins. It is super lightweight. Probably paid somewhere around $1 for it. I can't imagine it's much more than that. It's just a bucket hat. Really, I kind of thought maybe this was going to sell in the summer. I picked it up kind of later in the year, but still not too bad. One size fits all bucket hat. You know, I've got my little mannequin head here. This was actually Amanda's from hair school. She was gonna get rid of it, and I'm like, I'm gonna use it for to take pictures with. I have a female one as well, which I don't use quite as often, but this guy certainly gets a lot of love on the store. But yeah, nice little eBay sale here. $22, $9 shipping. I had this one for a couple months maybe, but not really too long for a hat like this. I thought I was gonna have to sit on it over the summer, so I'm pretty happy to see this one go for, you know, $22 plus shipping. Next up, we have this Sony bag. It is just a little camera bag. It is tiny. You can see the dimensions right there. You know, this thing I thought was gonna sell for decent money. It actually, you can see it's crossed out. I accepted a best offer of $10. I'm pretty much gonna be breaking even if I don't lose a little bit on this one, but this is just something that I was just trying to get rid of. I didn't reprice or anything like that. I only had it at $15 because I think the last time that I did one of these delist, relist type of things, I think I dropped the price thinking it would sell fast, and I still sat on it for quite a long time. It is new with tags. Like I said, I thought it was going to sell for more money. It didn't. I got $10 for this thing. Still happy to see it go. And like I said, for this particular video, I'm going to show you everything that sold. So I'm going to show you all the rest of my eBay stuff, and then we'll get finally into Poshmark Canada. Well, next up, I ran an auction for these WWE figures. I picked these up in a couple of bags at Salvation Army in Tillsonburg and ran an auction, one bid. It actually went through the auction the week before, did not sell, and then I got one bid for $8, which was where I started the auction for. So I'm at the break-even point, but here's the problem. I can't find these things. I spent all day yesterday when I got home trying to find them, couldn't find them. I'm gonna have to dig around some more. I hope I didn't donate them. What happened was they were sitting unsold. I think I put them back up in queue to be auctioned again, and I auctioned them, but at the same time I was delisting, relisting, going through stuff. I know they were sitting behind me on this table. I can't figure out where I put them. I have till the end of today to ship them, so they didn't go out with the rest of the sales. If I can't find them, I'm gonna have to message the buyer and just say, hey, I can't find these, or you know, maybe offer them some other deal, or maybe there's something else in the store that they might be interested. I'm not really sure. I hate canceling orders, so hopefully, cross my fingers here, hopefully I can find this one and get it out of there. It's not a big, It's not a big money item, obviously. $8 isn't very good. I just don't want the negative feedback or any of the blowback from not having them, basically. You know, this was all within the last couple weeks, so unless I redonated them or somebody picked them up to play with them, I don't know where they are. So hopefully we can find these things, but I thought I'd share that with you anyway. All right, so this is another eBay sale. I don't know why this isn't crossed out. I accepted a best offer of $22, which I thought was totally fair. I picked this up at the Goodwill bins. It's a North Face sweater and it's wool. I didn't look this up, I don't think, when I picked it up. I kind of thought maybe it's gonna be worth more money, but still, from the Goodwill bins into it, maybe a couple of dollars max. $22, that's okay. I'm happy with that. We're in the right time of year to be selling sweaters anyway. This was a D-list, relist. I think I did drop the price on this by a couple of dollars. I'd seen one that sold, I thought, for maybe 24, 25 bucks. Is why you kind of get the $24.98 as the price. But yeah, just a nice little wool sweater. It does have some of these those little marks are kind of like little fuzzies on there, but I think that's pretty typical of this type of sweater, so I'm not too concerned about it, you know. But this was one going out just this week. You can see here, actually, start time was October 18th, and it sold just over the last few days here. So this was a D-list, relist, sold right away, but I think that has a lot to do with the price adjustment and the time of year now that it's getting listed in again. Thought I'd share this with you guys again. Once again, I don't know why this is not crossed out. I accepted a best offer of $90. You guys see me recently sell these shoes in another video. Once again, for this one, the buyer hasn't paid. I think I might have one other item that the buyer, I'm waiting for payment, but I thought I'd share this again because it did sell again for $90, but I'm waiting on the buyer to pay, and I don't think it's gonna happen. It doesn't seem like this account, I don't think it's like a brand new account, but it's a zero feedback account, and it seems kind of weird. So I've reached out to the buyer, asked him to pay. Still waiting to hear back, but kind of funny. Sold these shoes a second time, you know, within the last couple weeks, and once again, buyer doesn't pay. Next up, we have a video game sale. This is Crash of Titans, so Crash Bandicoot. Probably a fun game. I don't know that I've ever played this before, but you know, not last week, the week before, I think maybe is when I did video games. It wasn't that long ago, but I did lot up a whole bunch. And this is one of the ones that broke the $15 barrier. So my criteria was $15 or more. This one's worth just over $15, but because I listed it properly, you know, with a good title, and I think a good enough title, and you know, the price right where it needs to be, sold pretty quickly. So, you know, pretty happy with this one, I guess. It's one of the few Wii games I have left that are just individual. But you know, it'll be nice to see how these goes. Hopefully some of the bigger lots sell soon. If not, we'll do some price drops and get rid of them one way or another. So this one was a bundle. It was, you know, I'm always happy with all sales, so I don't want to sound ungrateful, but this one was slightly annoying only because this person kept sending me lowball offers on multiple items. I didn't really realize it was the same person. Finally, I accepted an offer, I think, on this video game for $8. And then what happened, they reached back in and they said, hey, don't rip my head off, but can I have this Nightmare Before Christmas shirt? He called it Old Ugly Shirt for a better deal. We worked out a deal. I think I only had it listed at like $13, so I said $10, and we did a combined shipping, I think, where you can see right here what I charged. I charged $6 for shipping, actually, and then he reached out and he was asking me to buy more stuff, and I just kind of nicely said, hey, can you like look at all the things you want and make a list, and then we can talk about it. You know, making offers one at a time after you already purchased the first thing, you know, doesn't really work for me. They did reach out and they wound up buying one other thing that wasn't combined with this. It'll be the next thing that I show you. But yeah, so the same person bought this, the Inner World for Xbox 360. That is a brand new sealed game. That's some of the games, the sealed games that I bought last year, last yard sale season, not this past, but the one prior to that. So I think that would be 2022. Nightmare Before Christmas shirt. I know I picked it up. I think I picked it up at the Goodwill bins. I've had it way too long. It's the right time to sell ugly Christmas sweaters, but these were two things I was just looking to get rid of quick. You know, actually that ugly Christmas sweater, the Nightmare Before Christmas Jack Face one, that one I was actually going to do in a Poshmark live. Anyway, I was going to do a whole bunch of cheap shirts. So seeing it sell now, I'm happy with it, but I had it priced low anyway. But yeah, still happy with this one. And the next one is from the same buyer as well. We'll show you that right now. This gentleman reached back out and bought this Blackguard 2 for Xbox 360, Day 1 limited edition. Yeah, new game, right? It is brand new, it is sealed, and it is in all those brand new games that I bought, once again, 2 yard sale seasons ago. Just had these forever, and it's funny I say that they weren't from yard sales. They were from Salvation Army, I believe, in Tillsonburg. I just walked in there one day with a whole stack of games. I've made so much money off all those games, but some of these ones just don't sell for good money, or at least, you know, the prices have changed. $8 for this one, but like I said, I'm already into the profit on all those games, so anything I sell of this is just pure profit. So $8 plus shipping. Happy to see this go. You know, I think I'm down to less than 15 of these altogether from that buy still, so pretty happy with that. All right, so now we're into the Poshmark Canada stuff. So this stuff is all in Canadian funds, so $29 Canadian for these Vans. I think I picked these Vans up at Goodwill, so they're probably right between the $6 to $8 mark for what I paid for them. They're really cool though. I'm surprised they took so long to sell. I think that's a decent size, women's 9.5. You know, it's not like a 6 or, you know, sometimes the bigger size, really big sizes don't sell as quick easy in women's shoes for me. But I thought these were cool, and they're a unique colorway, but they did take a while to sell. But selling them for $27 on Poshmark, pretty happy with that. And I do think, once again, it has a lot to do with the delist, relist, you know, getting the inventory new again in the system really does help. So happy with this Poshmark sale. On to the next one. Next up, we have these Adidas blank shot. I had to Google lens these things. They were kind of weird to look up. There are only a few listed. They're neat though. They kind of got that zebra animal print thing going on. I picked these up for about $8 at Goodwill. They sold the same day. It was either the same day or the day after. I listed these on vacation, and they sold just within a day after. Might even been the same day, but they were a quick seller. If I could find them again, I would buy them again. I think the ones I seen listed on eBay were all more like 40 bucks, but there was no solds for these, so I thought, why don't I just come in underneath of, you know, the ones that are listed. These are cool enough to sell. I think someone will buy them. Sure enough, they did for 35 bucks. Couldn't be happier. Next up, this is sort of the same deal. These Air Force Ones, they are platform shoes, so they got kind of a lift going on here. You can see right there, they're kind of just got the little bit of a lifted insole. These sold for $33. I think the same day they were listed, or the next day. Same thing. I had pictures of these on my phone. These were every day when I was on vacation or over this little mini holiday. I listed 3 brand new things and did a delist, relist from like some images I had took on my phone. I basically just went like, took a snapshot of the shirt like this and new to delist and relist that. So I did 5 new things every day when I was on holidays. And you know, this one was one of the new ones that I put up listed. These Nike Air Force Ones sold right away, $33. I seen some, once again, listed a little higher. I kind of came under the price of some of the ones listed, but 33 bucks for these things, pretty good. I think I paid about $8, between $8 and $9 at Goodwill for these just recently, so couldn't be happier. Same thing here with these New Balance minimalist shoes. These are a Poshmark Canada sale. Obviously, I'm kind of going through all the Poshmark stuff right now, this .ca. These ones were listed and sold within a day or two as well. $28 Canadian, you know, and obviously Poshmark takes care of the shipping. Once again, I'm not going to exclude the fees here, but if you kind of want to know, it's probably around 25 bucks is probably what I'm going to make off these. And I think I paid the same thing for these. They were picked up recently. These ones actually might have been from the bins. I can't remember. Even though it was recent, my brain has just been overloaded with information. But if I bought these at Goodwill, I'd pay about $8 max from. If they came from the bins, they were about $2. Regardless, if you can find these shoes cheap enough, the New Balance Minimalist series, definitely pick them up. If you price them right, they will sell quickly. All right, the last of my weekend sales here are these vintage 90s Levi's 619s. They are orange tab, which basically, okay, so here's the little leather patch here, and this right there is the orange tab. That's what we're talking about, the little tab that says Levi's on them. These are vintage from the 90s, and once again, you can see here, they're not the greatest. They have ripped up knees, but people like this style. Could have got maybe a little bit more, had them listed higher at one point, I thought, but you know, I didn't do a delist relist on this either because I haven't got through the pants, but I think I might have did a price adjust from when I first got them. Regardless, $24, happy with these. They were picked up from the Goodwill bins, 100%. So I probably paid a couple dollars for these, max, maybe $2. Let's say I paid $2 for these, so $2 into $24. Pretty happy with that one, and yeah, not a bad little weekend of sales, really. So yeah, overall, I was pretty happy with getting that many sales when I was away. But once again, I did not put my store in vacation mode. I moved my handling time to 4 days to give me enough time. And then I think when Monday came, I moved it back to 3 days so that anything else new was not a problem. So I had no late shipping. I didn't have anybody to reach out this time and ask why things hadn't shipped. What you can notice is my eBay store is sort of lacking in high quality sales, and that has to do with me, I think, what I'm doing right now, just not putting up too much new stuff. Wait, as you can see though, when I have listed new things like those shoes, they've sold. When I've listed electronics here recently, they have sold. So I'm going to try to do a little bit more of that. And that's why today I was looking for VCR DVD combos, jerseys, things with higher value, because I think that's what's really lacking in my store. I'm getting lots of sales, but a lot of them are lower dollar value, and I need to fix that. So I want to finish what I started, which is delisting and relisting everything. But I think it's time now. I've got this bin of t-shirts down here. When I get through that, hopefully maybe by the end of tomorrow, then I'm going to start listing maybe 3 things a day, maybe 2 or 3 things a day, and they have to, be decent value. And then after that, it's going to still be delist, relist, all this stuff. Thinking about doing a whatnot with maybe some of my cassette tapes and maybe some of my media, the DVDs and stuff. That's kind of the plan, but I'm not really sure. So I'm gonna try to get through some of this mess. I gotta get back into the work mindset. I've had a lot of fun, spent some money, and now it's time to get back to doing the big boy stuff, which is making some money, selling some stuff online, and keeping up with eBay, keeping up with videos, keeping up with all this stuff. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content. Until next time, take care, stay safe. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.